What's up YouTube? Anything Billy here. Today on the channel we're doing front brakes and rotors on a 2006 Chrysler 300. So let's get started. So make sure before you get started you take the brake cap off and put a rag over it so you can push the air and the fluid back up with less resistance. You see this right here, this is the lug nut that goes on the wheels. They're supposed to have an aluminum cap with the aluminum cap's missing. It's supposed to be a 21. Well, luckily I have a 20 millimeter socket and was able to take those off. That's the first thing you do before you get started on the brakes. Alright, tools you will need to do this application. You will need a 13 millimeter socket and ratchet for the caliper bolts. You will need an 18 millimeter for the caliper bracket. You will need a straight screwdriver. You will need lubrication for the slides, some type of caliper compression tool, and no job is complete without a hammer. Now, first thing you do, you take the caliper bolts off. Yeah, maybe. Yep. Oh man, this brake pad had failed and was scratching the rotor. Take the brakes off. Take your caliper compression tool. Put on one of the ears of the caliper. Slowly push in. Okay. We have an issue, guys. Yep. I think it needs a new caliper. Yep, it's not going in. It's not going in. Nope. That ain't good. Okay, the caliper will not push in. So, let's try something else here. Okay, we're going to try this to see if it works. It'll make a mess, but there's nothing I can really do. The caliper won't push in, so I knocked the bleeder screw loose to see if I can get it to push in any at all. And this does make a mess. If this don't work, then he's going to have a caliper. Oh crap. There it goes. It's a mess. I fixed it. Okay. Yeah, it went in. Got a big mess though. This back. Got the bolt. Come on, dude. All right. So on the driver's side over here, so in order for me to push the piston in, I had to take the bleeder screw loose. So when I pushed this in, it was able to push the brake fluid through here. So now I had good flow, as in this line here was not collapsed or anything. But I think what happened is since this brake had fell out right here and was on the rotor, this piston had come out past the point it had to. So I was able to push it back in, and that helped relieve the pressure. So once we get everything put together, we'll have to see if this caliper will work. As in, we'll have to make sure that it'll take and compress and decompress and won't lock the brakes up. So let me find a way to move this out of the way. You don't have to have a fancy hanger. Just get you an old piece of wire to be able to hang the caliper out of your way. All right, so next Have to break the caliper bolts loose, which is your 18 millimeter. Okay. There's the bottom one. There's the top one. Go ahead and open up this box and go ahead and clean the rotor and everything for me. God bless, man. Brake fluid is slicker than owl snot. Because you can't spin nothing when you got brake fluid on there. God, man. Well, might come out today. There we go. So there's the rotor off. So while she's cleaning the rotor, the next step is to clean the slides. Remember, take them out and do them one at a time so you remember where they go. Remember to be careful not to damage the rubber so contaminants and water can't get up in it to make it rust. All that taken care of. Well, we got it off here. We'll go ahead and take off this old hardware so we can place it with the new. All right. What you do is you put a lug nut on here so this don't move. That way you don't have to worry about it moving in your way. All right, next step is we reinstall the caliper bracket. Always do the bottom bolt first. Now we'll do the top bolt. Yep. Get your 18 millimeter. Right. I like to give them a little tap just to secure them a little bit. Same thing at the bottom. This one's a little awkward. All right. So the next thing to do, install the new hardware. Get them out of a bag. It's like playing with a puzzle. There's normally only one way they'll go on there. Okay. Just like all the rest of them, make sure the hardware is not hitting the rotor or you'll have a squeal every time you go down the highway. These brake pads are all the same. They all got squealers on each side, so as long as you reinstall them with the smoothness, with the curvature matching the caliper, you can't go wrong. Perfect. Next is the caliper. 60. Okay. $13mm. You just have to snug them up. All right. Make sure you take your lug nut back off of there so you can reinstall your tire. Front brake and rotor reinstalled. So now we're going to move over here to the passenger side. So here we are on the passenger side. You do it just like you've done the driver's side. You use the 13mm to take the caliper bolts out. You use the 18mm to take the caliper bracket off. Take everything apart, put everything back together. All right, there's the passenger side brakes and rotors replaced. Now the only thing left to do is to put the tires back on, take it for a test drive. Well, there you have it, folks. Front brakes and rotors on a 2006 Chrysler 300. Before you take it for a test drive, make sure you got the brake cap on and the brake fluid is full. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. If you like what I do, please subscribe to the channel. So until next time, bye now.